This is the Bush Whisperer coming at you from the most beautiful penguin sanctuary, southern tip of Africa, Boulders Beach. Boulders Penguin Sanctuary, Cape Town. Come to talk to you today about being present. Living in the present. The greatest present that you can give the world is yourself. And the greatest present that you can get from the world is yourself. And the way that we can find this present is through presence. By being present, we bring the presence into the present. And it then presents us with the opportunity to experience the fullness of ourselves. For time is a loop that moves in two directions. Time is a dial that turns both forwards and backwards. We think of the forward motion of time as being set and fixed. But is that really so? From a shamanic perspective, time is a dream, and it's a dream that winds in two directions, so that the past and the future can be affected from the present. I want you to digest that for a moment. The past and the future can be affected by the present. And this is why the middle world is the world that causes the change, brings about the shift within awareness and the consciousness field in order to generate the seed of healing. And this is where the guides are able to bring the life-changing forces that will shift both the consciousness field of the present and the past and the future. You can't change the present unless you change the past and the future. You can't change the future unless you change the present and the past. Can you see this as a string? And if you're going to change the alignment of the string, you're going to change everything. And it's quite something to understand. The rain dance is something that we've all heard about. Very much a big part of shamanism. What is this rain dance about? Can you change where the clouds have been in the past? Because you understand that the weather works with synchronous advancement of time. And so it can't be just changed without everything being changed. So the fundamental idea behind the rain dance is that you're changing the past in order to change the future, so that the present will be different. That's something to digest, isn't it? And so there's an understanding from the shamanic perspective that time is a fantasy and a dream, and that this dream moves in a correlative way from the past towards the future, or so it seems. Though the reality is that it is the consciousness of the human mind that binds time in such a way. And these laws and these rules that seem so fixed are but attitudes. Attitudes of the guides, attitudes of life, attitudes of ourselves. And attitudes can be changed. It's something to think about, that the very present reality you're existing in is merely an attitude. If you change that attitude, you change everything. This is the fundamental basis upon which miracles rest. The idea that you can cause some change in the world that's fundamental, that defies all laws of physics. There are no laws of physics being defied. The laws of time are being upheld. And so this deep knowledge of this mystical reality has been seeping into our consciousness of late. And people have been discovering portals, parallel worlds, phasing. What is all of this? Think about it for a moment. The past, the present, the future, parallel universes. You see, when you step into a parallel part of the time stream in which you're in now, you change both the future and the past. Grasp that for a moment. It'll give you an insight into what portals are. We think of time as being a fixed stream, but is there just one stream? And are we just in that one flow? Or are we moving in a direction? And are there various different flows bound through this direction. So from a shamanic perspective, we can say that the nature of time, the nature of consciousness, the nature of fate, it's all based upon an attitude. And these attitudes are ingrained upon us. These attitudes are part of a string of experience. And this experience is the essence of reality. And so there's something to think about. Those of you that have had experiences that transcend this world, and I don't just mean out of the body experiences, I mean world-changing experiences, will understand what I'm talking about. This phasing reality, it's very much a possibility. It's very much a part of reality. We phase inadvertently without realizing it when we change our attitudes. An attitude is the key. It's the key to everything, really, if you get right down to it. Because when your attitude changes, your perceptions and expectations change. And this changes the way you look at reality, and it changes what you see. So there's something to consider. How important is attitude, and how do we find the most productive attitude? That's the real question. So when we step into the present fully, and we gain the presence of our souls, and we become fully present, I love you more than anything in the whole world too. My little boy wants his chocolate pancake. It's very important for us to be able to grasp that the present reality, these little baby penguins are being pulled back into the present here. They are wanting Mummy to share the presents that she's brought. She brought presents from the sea, little bits of fishes that she's got in her gullet as she's feeding the babies. So realize that allowing your consciousness to just run wild, dreaming the future, being trapped in the memories of the past, you're allowing your attitude to be dictated by the emotions attached to your past or the expectations that you hold. And these are with regard to your dreams and fantasies of which things you think you want, things you think you desire. And to understand that the desire body is a tricky little mechanism. It can trap us. It can trap us in the past, or it can trap us in the future. And most of us live our lives being trapped somewhere between the past and the future. So we don't experience the present fully. And so we lose our presence. So our attitude becomes a whim of fate, dictated for us by our future and past selves. I'd like you to consider this for a moment. While you smash that like button really hard. Why not? Share this video. Get people thinking about this. This is something worth thinking about. And consider as well the power that comes when you fully embrace the present. Because you free yourself from the past, and you free yourself from the dictates of desire for the future. For the present becomes all-consuming. And in the all-consuming awareness of the present time, the present tense, one finds one's full powers are liberated. One's full ability to think coherently, to choose with consciousness, to with awareness focus the beam of one's perception to be able to understand and see all things. Then nothing is truly beyond you. You can walk in any direction from that point. And thus fate becomes an expression of your being. An attitude starts to dictate. And then we truly can walk on water. We truly can do those amazing feats that we think are beyond us. Something to think about. This is the Bush Whisperer coming at you from the beautiful Penguin Sanctuary. For a change, I've gone out for an evening walk. I thought to give it a whirl. Luckily, there weren't too many people on the path. It can get quite busy here. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day, week and month. Subscribe so that you don't miss these videos, because they come daily. There's a new one every day. There's an entire study system here. Start at the beginning and work your way through successively through the entire system. There's more than 100 videos. And you'll find that it's succinctly put together. That way you'll get the full benefit. Have an absolutely gorgeous day. Om Shanti.